Good morning. It's Toby Tompkins. It's Tuesday, I think it's the 11th or 12th. I'm not sure. I never get the days right. Um, but I hope everyone had a good night's rest. I know I'm a little early this morning at 7 a.m., but I've got a busy day, so you get this now while you can. Um, the first thing I want to do is thank a lot of people for your messages and some of the provocative questions that have been coming in from folks to me at hashtag my trumped up America, hashtag Toby Tompkins. I really appreciate them, and I really appreciate your participation, and most importantly, I appreciate you taking the time to think about um, not only what's going on in America, but the America that you would prefer in your future. Um, we get so caught up um, in the problems of the moment, the unsolved problems and struggles of the past. And I wish we could, as we are learning from this experience, also spend an equal amount of time and effort thinking about the preferred future that we want and that only we can come together and create. So the theme for my topic today is why beauty, why now, why you? Now, what is beauty? Um, it's so funny because as I thought about it this morning, I had a vision of being when I was a child, or a memory of my mother watching her get dressed up to go out on, an evening on the town with my father. And my mother was very interesting because I would watch her and my father, and they would, of course, go and get all showered up and get all clean, and then they would take extra time with their clothing, and they would talk about who's going to wear what. And my mother would do her hair, and she would apply her makeup, and I'd watch her put her perfume on and her lipstick, and she'd make all these difficult choices about which earrings match this. My father, on the other hand, would be pulling out his suit and shining his. My father was the only man I know who shined his shoes and his belt. Okay, he would shine both of them, and they put a lot of a time when the moment called for it in getting pretty, in being beautiful, in making sure that when they moved into the moment that was next, that they moved in fully immersed, drenched, saturated, giving nothing but beauty. I think today we call it fabulosity, but it was a really interesting memory to think about as I wanted to talk to you guys this morning, because why beauty is essential to moments of struggle. Why beauty is essential to moments of crisis like the one that we're having in this country right now. It's essential to conversations around racism and sexism. It's essential. It's one of the critical things that has made progress in this country around sexual identity. It's all about the beauty of our humanity. And that's what we have to invest in right now. Right now, not later, not tomorrow, but right now. Because the investment of that time in beauty, in the beauty that you bring into the world, in the extra and uncommon efforts that you put into yourself to be able to move in and through the world in a way that is more beautiful, is what is going to help us create a future that is designed by all of us. And that's the core essence of the work that I'm doing called Beautiful Leadership, that was inspired by the realization that Nelson Mandela entered prison as a warrior and came out 27 plus years later as a healer. And I thought to myself, in the midst of a conversation that I was having with 20 young men and boys of color back in 2014 in Oakland, California, the night before the Eric Garner verdict and months after the horrible tragedy in Ferguson, that was when it came to me, wow, how do we help each other, and most importantly, our youth, become the beautiful leaders, engage in the practices, cultivate the characteristics of beauty that I know are in them. Because if it wasn't in each and every, not just black person and brown person, but every human being, the capacity to move through the world in a way that inspires and cultivates beauty, then we wouldn't be here. We would have already chopped and blown each other up. But it's because of that beauty that lives in each and every one of us that we're able to hold on and to create a space, a Zion of sorts, that enables us to change this world, to move effortlessly through the cycles of creation and destruction that we are currently observing in our society today. So why you? Why is beauty something that you should embrace? Why is now the time that you should embrace it? And why is being more beautiful in your daily and personal leadership the most important thing that you can do right now? I would start by asking you, what do you hope the future for people like you is composed of? What are the things that you want to ensure are around to greet you tomorrow? What are the conversations? Who are the people? And how are you going to get there from a place of hate, a place of dissonance, a place of self-righteousness and blindness? How can we get there? So I think that if we can look within our own moments, not days, I'm not talking about 5 steps to this or 7 habits of that. I'm talking about the moment by moment daily transactions that we have with other human beings. Most particularly those moments that present struggle for you. Struggle. Because the beauty, the opportunity to create beauty in your life is in the struggles that you encounter every single day. And that's what we're seeing every single day with these clips and the videos and the commentary, is that the struggle that's being created by the society, whether it's groups or mobs, whether it's lone wolf people who are going off and kind of managing that struggle in their own way by creating more tragedy and chaos, whether it's organized, dominant control of structural systems that are designed to protect us, like our police departments, whatever that struggle is and however it shows up. Maybe it's just in the unfortunate and untimely and ill-placed ignorant comment of a person walking past you. Maybe it's in the friend who hurt you, who let you down, who abandoned you, or who turned away from you. Wherever that struggle is, you can choose that moment to respond more beautifully. Now, what I've learned over the past year and a half now, is that leaders who actually move through the world creating beauty actually do so through their characteristics, through the things that they do, but most importantly, through the way that they respond to struggle, all of the struggles that are in their lives. And beauty only gets formed in moments of struggle. You know, my parents were getting ready. They were locked by time and resources and expectation, and they're struggling all of those things to make sure that they walked out of the house looking good. And I remember that. I remember the uncommon effort that they put into the nights when they were going out on the town to have a good time and to be present and to represent who they are and our family and the name and et cetera, et cetera. But also we can do that every single day. And so when you get up in the morning, and in a few minutes I have to get up and go out into this world, and anything could happen to me. Literally. I can't forget that. Any kind of struggle, small or big, I will confront today. And hopefully I'll come back alive. But the truth is, it's the beauty that I bring to those moments of struggle, the uncommon effort that I am willing to put into place when I confront struggle, through my words or my deeds, the steadfast focus that I hold throughout today, which is the second characteristic of beautiful leaders, the first one being uncommon effort. Steadfast focus, the notion, the unwavering notion that I am in the world today to accomplish this. And then the compassion, the ability to walk through the world, not just looking at or observing, but participating in the experiences that are happening around you by bringing beauty to that. That's what compassion is. It's the free gift of beauty into the lives of others. You know, yesterday we talked about how to do a beautiful check-in. And that's one of the easiest ways that we can begin to think about beauty and how we can bring more beauty, not only into our lives, but into the lives of other people. So we've talked about 3 of the 5 recurring characteristics of beautiful leaders: uncommon effort, steadfast focus, and compassion. There are 2 left, and I'm going to tell you about those when we talk some more tomorrow. But I have an assignment for you today. I want you to be beautiful today. I want you to be as beautiful as you can. I want you to take some extra time to think about how you look when you walk out the door, to think about how you feel when you walk out the door, to really prepare your smile to give it away freely to other people, to take time and pay attention to other people's struggles. They're not yours, they're theirs. Even if they attempt to face those struggles and place those struggles toward you, they're not yours. The only part you own in this is the uncommon effort that you can bring to bring compassion in your response to them, and the steadfast focus to not get caught up in their struggle, but to confront your own and to move forward to achieve the goals that you have set in front of you and seize the opportunities that are before you today. So I believe that each and every one of us can have a moment in our lives, many moments in our day, to show up more beautifully. And that is what my conversations are going to be about. You know, we are fighting a war, and I recognize that. And we have a lot of soldiers on the battlefield, and I want to applaud and appreciate everyone who is working hard on the battlefield to pull up the weeds of racism, to move through this garden of life in a way that enables us to see clear land. But we also have to plant the roses. We have to use that same soil, and at the same time that we're pulling up the weeds, we have to plant the rose bushes. We have to create the beauty. We have to see a future that lives beyond this moment, and we have to invest in that at the same time, because when the battle's over, a lot of us are going to be weary. We're going to be tired, and a lot of us won't be here. So I hope this is helpful. This is all I can do. I love you guys very much. Please, if you have any questions, you can reach me at Toby Tompkins or hashtag Toby Tompkins, hashtag MyTrumpedUpAmerica. You can email me at tobytompkins@gmail. You can also send me a note here, or you can just check back in tomorrow. And if anything that I've said today has been powerful or you think could be powerful in the life of someone else, then please, before you sign off, hit the share button so that more people can join this growing community. Thank you. I love you. Have a great day. Talk to you tomorrow.